How's everybody doing? Today is May 1st, 2023. It's before 8 in the morning. Had an occurrence yesterday at my favorite poker room, and I guess it was kind of bothering me, so I'm up pretty early doing a video in my front yard in my neighborhood. So, and the title of this is going to be, and I'm stealing this from Doug Polk, of course, more rake is better. So yesterday, a couple hands that I was in caught my attention. First hand, there's small blind, big blind. It's 1-3. It's a 1-3 Texas holdem game. Everything folds around to me. I make a $3 call. I mean, not a lot of money here. Fold, fold, fold. Small blind folds, and the big blind checks their options. So there's $7 in the pot. $7 in the pot. Man, it's a big pot. I know it's a big pot. Man, I'm going to put a down payment on some air for a tire. Flop comes. It doesn't matter what the flop is because the hand and how the hand's playing out really doesn't have any bearing on this whatsoever. Big blind checks. There's $7 in the pot. I bet 5. A red chip. A red bird. $5. Now, it's not the $5 I bet's not in the pot yet because it's not been pulled in by the dealer. Big blind folds. Pot is $7, and I happen to be watching. Dealer pulls out $2. $2 out of a $7 pot. I know it's only $2. $2 is. That is almost, and I'm going to do the math, I'm sorry I didn't do it already, 30% vig, 30% rake. So $3 of the $7 was mine. That leaves $4 of potential profit. Of the $4, they pulled 2. It's 50% of the profit. Is this legit? Now, I know up at WinStar, I think they have a similar thing. It gets up to $7 or whatnot. They pull out 2. But, you know, WinStar is not in Houston, Texas, where we got card rooms every other street. WinStar is a standalone, many million-dollar building, which is actually a casino. That's, so anyways. So $7, $2 on a $7 pot. You gotta love it. What do you think? All right. Normally, I'm not even paying attention. Then I get into a hand. I've been beaten down a little bit. I've got $19 left in my stack. I mean, I'm just being stupid, not rebuying at this point in time. I get my $19 all in pre-flop against 2 callers and the small blind. So the pot has 19 times 3 plus 1, $58. $58 is the pot. Flop comes, and once again, it doesn't matter. The 2 callers both check. Turn comes, they both check. River comes, they both check. I turn my hand, I have the winner. I don't remember what I had, so I'm breaking in a $58 pot. All right, when I count it after it gets pushed me, it's only $48. They take out $10 out of a $58 pot, which is about, what is that? It's approximately 22%. Once again, it's only $10. 22%. The problem I have on this is, for one thing, they made it known that they rake up to $5. Now, unless they change it and they keep changing it and lowering it, $5 on the first $35 in the pot, $5 on the next 35, which means once it gets up to $70, they rake it for 10. Well, $58 pot is not $70. Maybe the proper rake amount would have been $9 or $8, but it wasn't 10. So basically, what you have here is they're nickel and diming the customers, trying to get those every little dollar. Now they're in business to make a profit. I don't begrudge them that, but when they tell the customers this is what the rake procedure, this is the rake formula, I damn well really want them to adhere to that. Yeah, I mean, $2 on a $7 pot, $10 on a $58 pot. This is unbeatable. an unbeatable game. You can't beat the rakes. I mean, you can't, in the long run, you can't beat the rake. They're making bank. I don't know, very frustrating. I love the place. The people are the customers that you're playing with, pretty great. A lot of action. There's money to be made. Dealers are average to a little bit above average. Got a couple bad dealers. The comps have gone down, in my opinion. The food quality has gone down a little bit. The portions have gone down. But what's really catching my eye here is they're really sticky fingers with their VIG system now. If it's an skew towards benefiting the customer or the house, I guess I'm not surprised. They're going to skew it towards raking and favoring the house. And this is just two examples that I was paying attention to. Who knows? Yeah, and you add these up 1,000 times in a day, where they're taking 1, 2, 3, 4 extra dollars that they shouldn't be. That's a lot of additional money that they're stealing from the customer. Not acceptable. Now, I went to management and asked them and told them what happened. They said, hey, this is perfectly fine. The dealer, and I wasn't being rude or anything. I wasn't being angry. I just went, hey, please explain this to me. They said, no, that's what they're being told. $2 on $7. Yeah, that's perfectly fine rake. So I said, that's fine. Now that I know, it's buyer beware. If I decide to continue to play, which I will here, I just have to accept the fact that this is what it is. And I agree to that now that I know and I continue to play, that's an acceptance. I can't gripe about that. But if you're in the area and you're playing, I think it's important that you know what the system is and how it's going to affect you. I mean, you're in a lot of pots, you're dragging a lot of pots, and they're taking an extra, couple bucks out of each one in VIG that they quote unquote shouldn't be. That affects your bottom line. And poker is a bottom line zero-sum game. It's all about scores kept on who wins, how much you win. And when you're having other fingers dip into your profit, that shouldn't be, it adds up. It adds up, especially if you play a lot of poker. So, and I will say this, in the last month, just in the last month alone, I put in 70 plus hours at this establishment. I mean, it's not like I'm not a regular. I know there are other people that have put in a little bit more, but in their leaderboard for this month in particular, in the month of April, I'm probably in the top 20, 25 of most time put in there. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm a business person. I think as a business person, something to be aware of. Anyways, not a rant, not a rave. I'm not trying to come across. Still my favorite place, still going, but man, I sure hate being screwed over on it being nickel and dimed. I hate being nickel and dimed. I don't nickel and dime my customers. I hate being nickel and dimed like this. It's not necessary. They're making a ton of money as it is. They don't have to do this. It's just going to piss off people and get people like me talking on social media and whatnot. And maybe I hope they reassess this a little bit. If not, it is what it is. This is Eric. Greatly appreciate it. Sorry for the little in front of the truck, in front of the residence blurb. Love to see you out at the tables. Come out and check us out. Katy Poker 101. 101 Katy Poker. 101 Poker Katy. However they want to phrase it. It's a great place to play. They've got 11 tables, constantly running 1-3 holdem with a very common $6 straddle. Plays a lot bigger. Minimum buy-in is $100. Most people are buying in anywhere from $300 to $1,000 on new tables, that is. And PLO is running all the time. It's a great place to play. They're developing some rough edges. Maybe it'll get addressed. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll stay the same. Maybe it'll get worse. I don't know. Everything's transient. But at this point in time, it's still a very good place to play. Action's great. come on out and get your poker on. Have a great day. And more rake is better. Yay, Doug Pope.